Hey, welcome to the 2-minute drills, a segment of Bears Banter. Hey, tonight we got on the 2-minute drill with D Hamp and Cristen Jones. What's going on?
What's going on?
How's it going? How's it going? Glad to be
Man, it's
back.
going good. It's going
sir.
good. Hey, I want to start off with what my guy Quick would say: trust the process.
Yeah, trust the process.
Trust the process.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so I know y'all wanted to share what y'all saw, and I guess mainly this game or the first game as far as CalebWIlliams. So we want to focus on, for his performance, and for fans who are for the first time viewing this show, 2-minute drill. Both these guys were former college quarterbacks, so they actually look at it from their experience to see what they're saying. So they're not just fans just talking smack and don't know what they're saying. So hey, which one of y'all want to start off with what y'all seen so far in game 2?
I'll give it to Big Bro. Let Bro go.
I'll jump in, I guess. Caleb is I like him. I think this performance it was a tough game. I was just sharing. We was up against a tough defense. I mean, we can start and talk about how we looked in pressure situations, but I want to start just giving credit to that Houston's defense. I think that at the end of the season, we're going to look back and say, Houston is probably one of the better defensive teams in the league. They will be at the top of the AFC defensively, overall as a team. But more specifically, quarterback play, I think we got a good one. At one point in the game, and I should have this stat, but I remember probably, in the third quarter, Caleb, he was 8 for 9 when it was just no pressure. And I spoke to that defense because, that good defense said, hey, if we give him time, he go tear us apart. So they burn the pressure. They threw a lot. And most NFL coaches, when they see rookies, they try to show them a lot and confuse them. So I appreciate it for the growth, just down the line. But I think I was excited about the performance. I'll be honest. He looked like he knew what to do. He knew what to do with the football. I was very critical with Justin Fields. He just didn't know what to do with the ball a lot. Not to compare, but Caleb was out there. He knew what to do. It appeared like he knew what to do with the football. He was making calls and checks pre-snap, which is always a good sign, whether that's checking out of a bad play or changing protections. He tried to get rid of the ball quick when he could, when there was pressure. He's always trying to escape. So I'm excited.
Okay. What you got your first thought on this, Christian?
From my take of it, I'm very I watch to see how young quarterbacks, if they understand pass protection, if they understand it. And I will say he was pretty much dead on. His lineman was off, but he was on when he was setting his protection, and he wasn't confused. And I remember, I don't know who I was watching. I know it was David Kaplan. I don't know what it was, but he was talking about when Mitch Trubisky was here and how Mitch didn't know who the mic was. So it's confusing in a pro-style offense. I'm not gonna lie to you on how setting protections was, but the one thing that I took out of it was him setting his protections. That was clean. Like, that was cool. Now there's some other stuff that, he gonna have to work on, but him setting his protection, like, I can tell, like, he know what he doing. He wasn't confused. That I can give him.
Okay. Yeah, I know we got a lot to cover tonight. I know we're gonna look at some film as well. I mean, me being a novice, I just wanted to share my opinion on this. I know some people was beating me up all week, right? Because they want to say I told you so. But you know what? I see it as a long haul process. Developing a rookie quarterback is not easy. And I looked at this season as, if you just want to win a bunch of games, then you would make no changes. You would just brought everybody back and you maximize it. Okay, to me, this is what lies where the problem at with the Chicago Bears. They've done that too many times. they have never really just built it. Yeah, of course, the offensive line has some issues. Man, they got to address it in the long haul. But you can't just try to plug in stuff just to win 8 to 9 games or 10 games one season. Then the next 4 years you're bad. Then you start all over with a new coach. So this to me is a process that you're gonna have to me, pull it in some. And if you got to run a lot, which that's what you should do, because it may take 7 to 8 games before the game even slow down some for a rookie quarterback. I even saw C.J. Stroud talking about in the press conference that I believe it was I think he said game 8 before he actually felt like the game had slowed down, right? And we look at it from a distance and say, hey, man, he was jamming last year. But if you look at it, his expectation was totally different. He came into a team that won 3 games. They just fired their coach. There's no expectations. It's not as a big market. Chicago quarterbacks, it doesn't matter where they get drafted at. They're treated like they was drafted number 1. Justin Fields was drafted number 11. You hardly ever heard about what's his name? Trevor Lawrence. You would have thought Trevor Lawrence was drafted 11 and Justin Fields was drafted number 1. Because they talked about Justin Fields more than they did Trevor Lawrence, right? Mm-hmm. You look at all those guys that were drafted before him, Matt Jones and all of them, you hardly ever heard about them. All you heard about for 3 years was Justin Fields on the national media. So we got to trust the process. What y'all got before we start getting into some of this film?
Yeah, I agree. That game is fast. It's flying. This takes me back to the Hard Knocks episode when Caleb came out and said he don't get nervous. And when he said it, I cringed like, ooh. Like, man, you ain't played the game. You ain't played a real game yet. And you know, just to look back, the first 2 games, I can tell I wouldn't call it nervous, but he looked like a rookie. He looked like a rookie.
Yeah, I agree. Especially that first game, because that first game, I would say that first game, he had more throws that he left out on the field. Mm-hmm. This game, not so much, but against the Titans, he left a lot of layups on the field, layups. And shoot, even let's go to just this Texans game, that post route, no, that slant route, I'm sorry, that he threw to Rom should have caught it, but if he was more in rhythm, more calm, more poised, he could have threw a better ball than that. So mm-hmm. there's still some throws that he leave out on the field that you got to make as a pro. Those are layups.
Okay. D-Hamp, you made a comment earlier I thought was very interesting when you said he looks like he know where to go with the ball, and he was changing the protection and things like that. And I thought I saw in some of the early success, even outside of the scripted plays, that it looked like he audible into other plays. And to be 2 games into the NFL, to me, that's progress. And because, you know, from my observation, a lot of times they're not even trusting you to make an audible there early into the. And I know a lot of fans, you know, some fans are upset by whatever reason they're upset, right? They could be upset about the trade. They could just be upset about they don't like him because he wear nail polish, right? I don't know, right? They can have all the little reasons they want to be on I Told You So, whatever it may want to be. But in reality, it's a process in developing an NFL quarterback. And to me, that's the things you want to see. You want to see, how does the footwork look? Is it consistent? Do he know what's going on? Those plays where he threw the ball against his body with an interception at, do he understand that he can't make those throws in the NFL, you know?
Yeah, those were things like I appreciated. I hate to compare, but we talked about this. I know we talked about this last year. I remember seeing our backup Tyson Badgett showing up in the game and making checks at the line, and that's just something Justin Fields didn't do. So to see Caleb Williams out here doing it, you know, week 2, protection, changing protections, or, you know, calling can, you know, getting out of a bad play. So those were good signs. Those were great signs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and no way that for people watching it and you kind of like whatever upset about the game. Nobody likes to lose. I mean, we give our Sunday and we don't want to see no loss. But I would say personally, when I was watching the game, and I remember my wife asked me at halftime how they're doing, and I said Caleb is playing well. Now, to me, anybody who was watching that game and they went to halftime and didn't feel like he was playing well up to half, I'm not sure if we was watching the same game. He might not throw a touchdown, but he had completed at that point probably like 85% of his passes at that point. He probably was like maybe 12 out of 15 or somewhere around that number, whatever that percentage may come out to. Now, what I didn't like was right before half, they had got to the other 35, and I thought this was a product of play calling. He got sacked, but I thought at that point they was a position that they were starting to dial up a little pressure right at half, and he got sacked out of field goal range. And then they got the ball back and they moved the ball just enough to get that extra point, because it could have went in halftime either 13-13 or 10-13. But they ended up giving up that sack and they drove up the field, kicked the field goal, so they went into halftime 16-10. What you got, Ham?
Yeah, that I'm gonna talk about this defense. I know we got the corner, so let's also remember Keenan Allen didn't play this week, and I think what was the third receiver this week? Carter. He had like 5 touches in like the first like 2 or 3 possessions. He had like 5 touches. That's how I know. Those corners are pretty good. The pressure they was bringing. They literally shut our 2 receivers down outside, and we had to go to Carter. So to see Caleb just take what they give him, I remember it was a drop back, probably a third down. He had pressure right in his face, and he threw the ball off balance to the running back. It was just an accurate throw. Plays like that, those are just good football plays. Those what make Tom Brady good. That's what make Aaron. I'm watching Aaron Rodgers now. That's what make those guys good. Just putting the ball in the right position, right spot, getting the people the ball at the right time. Pressure. Defense is just bailing out of there, knowing what to do with the football. That's what make those guys good. Taking what the defense gives them and just consistent with it.
Okay. Hey, let me see if I could bring some plays in. And, whenever y'all want me to stop, just let me know. Just say stop. Let's see if y'all can see this. Okay. Hold on. Let me go full screen. Okay. Y'all can see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. Hold on. I think I got to hit play right here. It ain't no sound, so.
That quick game Cristen talked about.
Yeah, so this is the player you was talking about, that quick game to him.
Yep.
And let me rewind it, because it looked like what they showing him early is kind of like a 3-man front or something. It looked like yeah. Well, they got 4. They got 4 on this.
Yeah, rushing 4.
Man,
everyone else.
Yeah.
That was a nice throw.
Yeah.
Another nice throw. Catch, get up the field.
You look good.
Now this play here, I mean, y'all could kind of walk through this play. To me, this is poised in this play because of how close they are to him to get this ball off. Let me replay it, because I think sometimes, like when we're in the assignment of it, we don't really sometimes see how difficult a throw like this could be. Hold on.
Yeah, that's the throw I was speaking on right there.
Yep. That's tight right there.
Yep, Cristen will tell you he can't step into that throw, can't do anything.
Yeah.
You know, that accurate throw to that back. That was another big time play.
Okay, let's rewind that.
No.
Hold on, go for it. Go ahead, Cristen.
You was going to a play that I wanted to talk about. Hopefully, right
This
here.
one? Okay.
Yeah, now right here. That was I was trying to send you the video of it. I'm sorry I missed it, but that was a can.
That was a can.
Okay. Yeah, this was an R. It was something else that they called, but he changed into an RPO on here, and it's you blow it up. You can see he made a sign out here to his wide receivers. And,
okay, let me see if I can rewind the Cristen to started right at the beginning of that play.
It's very subtle that he made over here. I was watching it earlier, and that's not what they was running. He changed into that, and there was an RPO, and they went straight and he threw a slant on this one, and that was a dot too. That was a good play. Good play. I was watching that earlier, and I was like, that was impressive. So,
now this play here, I have a question on this play, Cristen and D Ham. Y'all may know or not. Okay, I've been kind of a little critical on Odunze in these last two games, and I know he's a rookie, and maybe he's not. Maybe that's my observation. I'm thinking he's running his routes too close to the other players too often, because once he hit this slant, he brings the guy over into this slant. But at least if you do that, at least block somebody. Hold on, let's go back and run this play, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
You see,
how?
Yeah, you see if if he threw that a second or two later, his guy guarding him would have been able to defend both players.
I don't know if I have to study this one more time on the backside. I only saw it from the front side what he changed it to. It could have been an RPO to either side, but let me see it. Can I see it one more time? One more time. Oh, that's just a poor route. That's all that is. That's a bad route.
Yeah, and I think he's kind of late.
Yeah, that's a bad
Caleb
route.
holding the ball a little long.
I
think it was designed for Caleb to hit him a little sooner, but he had to wait.
Okay, that makes sense, right? Because he might have just been kind of like dragging his route, thinking. I'm talking about Rome Odunze, because maybe it should have been out earlier.
It should have, but it was still a bad route too. The ball should definitely, I agree with him, it should definitely been out a little quicker, but his route was not the best on that one.
Okay. Yeah, there's a few times that I observed this to the two games that I was saying Odunze routes, his spacing has been bad, or he's not running his routes crisp. It's kind of like he's running them kind of lazy. And I know he was coming off a little.
He didn't practice.
So,
he didn't practice, so I'll take that to practice. I mean, practice is important.
Yeah,
it's very important.
Let's run the next.
At a rookie, you need to practice.
To me, that's a bad play. He's bagging up in the pocket.
Like they always say, those guys on the other side of the ball get paid a lot of money too. Yeah.
Okay. So hold on, we got this. Okay. Okay, they run the commercial on us. I'll come back to that when the commercial go off. Yeah, so far so good. Good so far. Some of these clips that we're seeing right now. I mean, anything y'all notice with the footwork? It looked like it's a quick game they run it. It's still in the first half right here, the plays we just saw so far. This video is like every throw that was made in the game.
When he's on time, he's good. When he's trying to improvise, get out of trouble, I think he needs to get back to his fundamentals. Because some of his like that throw across the field, that's elementary. You taught not to do that. So he should have known. He should have known better. And honestly too, it's okay to take a sack. If it's gonna be 3rd and 15, it's okay to take a sack. It's okay to sometimes just take a sack if that's the only play that you have. Because a lot of times, I mean, he had that attentional grounding too, and then sometimes you just gotta try to get to the sideline and take that loss or gain. You know, that's what I would say. Just get back to the fundamentals and don't be trying to overdo it. You just gotta, I know he's probably frustrated that he was trying to make a play, but you can't do that, because there's little stuff like that that'll like mess up the momentum of a game and really throw you off the sync when you're trying to get back into sync, trying to get back into a rhythm. So
so right here looked like we were running looking more like a RPO, but he's gonna pull it out.
Yeah, like that throw. Is that the one that he threw to DJ on a go ball that he missed? Is that
no? This look like they're trying to set up a screen. Let me rewind it. It's like they're trying to set up a screen to Swift or Homer. It may be Homer. Hold on, let's go back.
Oh.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to set up a screen to Travis Homer.
He missed it. Okay. That's that one. Okay. Well, that's really slow developing too. Very slow developing. That ball should have been gone.
Yeah, holding it too long right here. You could have just, when you went to the right, you should have let it go.
But see, that's play calling too, because if you can go back, you can see them linebackers not even biting on the play fake of that outside stretch. So like, who you fooling? Who you fooling? Nobody really. I mean, you just look at the linebackers; they ain't even commit to the run. Normally on like play action, Hampton tell you linebackers gonna take their read step. They're gonna take that 2-yard read step, and might get caught up like in the line a little bit too, especially when you've been gashing them or you've been really running it hard. But here you can just tell like they didn't really respect us trying to run the ball, so they weren't really going for them play fakes. So you ain't really. You really putting your rookie in a bad situation. Like, there's really nothing he can do, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so if you look at this play too, that's a great point, Christian. What I'm noticing is 7 guys in coverage on this play.
Yeah, none of them bit on the run fake.
None of them bit on it.
You supposed to check run first. That's Pop Warner. You're gonna check run first. The pros, you might play it a little different, but you still got run responsibility first before you go to coverage. None of these linebacker types, none of them check run first. Not hard, at least. I mean, he had no chance. He had no chance.
Yeah. Now, who is that? Who is that on the top of this route? Because I mean, I know I'm looking at it, just observing me. Y'all know more than me. When I'm looking at this play, let's go back to what we was talking about, the linebackers. Okay, hold on. Let me hit play. Hold on, where I'm at. That kind of jumped on me. Hold on. Right here. Okay. I'm not sure who's that at the top up there.
That's a safety, free safety.
I'm talking about the Bears receiver that's at the top.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Okay. So to me, my observing is both of these guys are bailing out. They gave you 5 yards already, and they bailing on you. And the safeties is playing, they playing deep. That route to me should have been broke off, and he should have went to the sideline because he ran into the coverage. But it's really like they playing him deep. I mean, let me play it because he runs right into the coverage, but they giving him that much cushion. So he took.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
This is a good route by DJ.
It was a little good combination with a whip and a post and the backside dig squaring.
Yeah, to that point where you said like the defense was bailing. I think those are the ones where, just when Caleb get more experience, he's going to go to that back or that check down right away to know like, hey, I just don't have a chance to get that ball deep. It's obvious the Bears want to throw the ball down the field a lot. But you're just taking what the defense gives them.
Okay, just go and take it right away, right?
Yeah, that was
right to it. Yep.
A cute way to run cover 3. They brought that safety down. He went to the flat. Typically, you don't never see that. Not. I mean, you do see it, but not like that. That was a little different. That was a little nice disguise. They probably thought they was gonna try to confuse him. But like Ham said, I mean, with experience, you're gonna go ahead and check that down into the flat because that's a long way he come from the free. Well, what was it? Can you go back to that?
Oh, sure can.
So you can see because that's a long way to travel from where he came from, and then try to get to the flat. Is that no? It ain't this one. It was the one on play action one.
Oh, you know what? I went forward somehow. Hold on, let's go back. Okay, I think it's this one.
Yeah, if you go back a little bit.
Go back.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
All right, and you can see where he come from. You see that strong safety? That's a long way to come to. Like at that point, you should just go ahead, like Ham said, check it down to that right side to the back before that I call them linebacker types, but that safety get into that flat right there, and you got a nice little game. But I mean, at that point, he let that route develop, and now it's 3 deep across the field. You're not gonna complete anything at that point. I mean, they just kind of just got us at that point. But yeah, like I said, like what Ham said, like once you get that experience, you just go ahead and know, hey, just cut your losses and just try to get as much as you can. At least if you get the ball right there to that bat leaking out, I mean, you got a fighting chance to get something at that point. But I mean, he just missed. Yeah, he just missed it. If you can play it, like you will see what I mean and what Ham is saying.
You know what I want to add, Christian? Looking at this, it's they showing a 4-man front again, 7 in coverage. The interesting thing is they look like they was in a 12 personnel. I had to go back and see, but you could see all these guys down here blocking. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on, you got one in a route. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got 7 guys blocking, 4 guys. Well, actually, the center is not blocking anybody. Is that the center, or is that Jinx? Yeah.
That's the center.
Okay.
Wait, I don't know, to be honest with you. I can't tell.
I can't tell who that is. Okay, let's roll it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a miss that he should have, hit that a little sooner, and he would have had a chance. But I mean, it happens.
Yeah, now I think that's a good point you was making, though. So Houston, and I think both of you guys mentioned it, they don't have to blitz or bring extra pressure because they're getting pressure with the front 4.
Yeah.
So it's easier, that play action. Cristen, those linebackers they're not gonna commit as hard because they was shutting our run game down with their front 4. They was getting penetration and they was getting pressure with their front 4. So on the back end, that can be hard. A quarterback sitting back there dropping, getting pressure, and you still got 8 deep, 7, 8
Yeah,
deep. So yeah.
Yeah. You know what was surprising with the play calling that you mentioned that now? They were bringing in, I don't know why I can't think of the tight end name, the older guy, number 14. What is his name?
Mercedes Lewis.
Mercedes Lewis.
Yeah.
They was bringing him a few times in this formation that almost reminded me of the old school, like wishbone formation, where they had him to the left, they had Swift to the right, and they had somebody behind them every once in a while, but they never ran out of that formation. It's like they showed a power look, but they never ran out of it. So I'm thinking also what they're gonna have to do, because if their front four is struggling, you definitely need to run more, but you need to run more power to me. I mean, I know you paid DeAndre Swift all this money and you're trying to justify that, but to me, I don't know if what's going on with Khalil Herbert and Johnson. Johnson hasn't got any touches. I know he was inactive the first game. He got 0. Well, he got touched. He got touched with a right hook.
He definitely did, yeah.
I would say do some more power running, because it's easier to get a hat-on hat and go forward versus you're trying to do all these stretch plays in the run game, and these guys get paid too, and they're more athletic. I mean, you're looking at you're trying to get a guard out wide to block Will Anderson. I mean, and if they already penetrating, that's kind of hard. You're not going to run wide and get around those kind of guys, right? Unless you actually are able to push them off the ball. So I think they need to do some more power running to take some pressure and put themselves in better situation. And I ain't saying DeAndre Swift can't run power, but I'm saying you need to use Khalil Herbert more. He can't have 2 touches. He can't have 2 touches, and I'm not understanding why Travis Homer is actually coming in and getting more carries than those 2 guys. He's doing well on special teams, but he should not be getting more carries than those 2 guys. I'm not understanding that use of personnel.
You know, the few times they did run ISO, they were getting good yardage from it. So I don't know what that was about. I mean, and 2, Tampa tell you about being an offensive coordinator. I mean, sometimes you gonna get no games, but you gotta still stay with it. You gotta stay with it, and you gotta keep going. And there's a plethora of runs that you can do. You can run trap, counter, duo, wham, crush. So many different things that you can do from different formations. I really didn't see anything outside of ISO, and I mean, I saw a few times he tried to do what's that called, pin and pull, and then it was just outside zone. So I guess if he don't, I don't know what his philosophy is. I would love to sit in the room and try to pick his brain to see because we all have like a certain method of why we do what we do when we call plays. But to me, I'm not catching it. But I would just say for him, like, you got to stick with the run at some point. Even if they start up front, you got to stick with it at some point.
Okay.
Because who did Green Bay play that they just kept running against? And with their backup, who was that they played? And they won that game.
Oh, let me look and see. Yeah, because they ran a lot with their backup.
Yeah.
You know who's running the heck out of the ball this year? The Chargers. The Chargers and the Saints are running the heck out of the ball.
You knew that was going to happen. As soon as they hired Greg Roman, you knew they was going to be running the ball. That's all he do is run the ball.
Let me see who they played. You said Green Bay. Green Bay played the Colts.
Okay.
It was 16-10. They ran the ball roughly. Hold on, Green Bay. I'm looking at Green Bay. They ran the ball 53 times.
There you go, right there.
They threw the ball 14 times.
There you go, right there. I'm not saying you got to do that with Caleb, but I mean, Matt LaFleur said I ain't care. But you know who else be saying he don't care either? Cal Shanahan.
Mm-hmm.
He don't be caring either. Because I remember they asked him like, "You ran the ball this many times." He was like, "I don't care. Did we win?" Of course, couldn't say nothing. So like, I mean, I'm not saying throw the ball. I mean, run the ball that much with Caleb, but I'm saying like all the running backs should have been touching that ball this past game. I think it would have been a different outcome. Like for me, my frustration wasn't on Caleb. I mean, there was some throws, and I was like, "Dang, you missed them." I was more frustrated with Shane because I'm like, you don't do him like that. Because I mean, you really will get develop bad habits when you start taking that many hits. Like your eyes will start to drop. I don't care who you are. You keep you saying we're gonna throw the ball 50 times. Yeah, about that 30 pass attempt, I'm not even reading coverage. I'm telling you, I'm dead serious. I don't think no quarterback would be able to, because at some point you're trying to protect yourself. So your eyes gonna drop at some point. So I just didn't like the game plan. I ain't like it 2 weeks in a row, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was surprised in this game that they came out. I mean, even though they established a rhythm and they was connecting, I was surprised that the first, I would say 10 plays, 8 of them, I believe, were pass plays, which I was surprised. I was like, wow, they just coming out just throwing the ball.
But I don't really put like no stock into that because you really got like a lot of coordinators that are really, really good coordinators that them first 20 plays. Because Matt Nagy was like that when he was a head coach. His first couple of plays, we were scoring the ball, but as the game went on, his in-game adjustments was terrible when he was our head coach. So you got coordinators who are like really, really good. Like, as the game go on, they just set you up for like they best plays and ain't nothing you can do about it. Like Andy Reid is one of the best at that. Like if he catch you slipping at any given point in time, it's over with. Like in Super Bowl, like when they did that, they noticed something that who was that they played? Was it the Eagles or something? They noticed how they didn't when they went to the
Oh, yes.
yeah, when
Yes.
they were going motion, how they didn't have that corner or DB type travel, and they would stay in where they was, and he noticed that. He was waiting on them for the perfect time to run that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what type of player, play caller Shane Waldron is, but I would say the second half, I ain't see no adjustments, not from him at least, because the second half, it kind of got worse. Like he really, really like there wasn't no. The first half, it was quick game. It was this, it was that. K was getting the ball out. It was like the second half, he was leaving bro out there like trying to do these 5-step drops. Nah, that ain't gonna work. Not against that Texas team. And we got these linemen. Oh no, I wouldn't have done that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's
I
roll.
and if I watched the clip that we had. It just showed a progression of like the defense. Again, I'm not gonna play a lot into this game because Houston is good defensively, and they have great defensive coaches. Early on, that the quick stuff was that quick game was there. You were able to catch and throw that ball. It got to the point where Houston said, forget that. We're gonna lock up, go man to man. And DJ Moore is not a good route runner. Um, Dunze, I don't think he's a good route runner either. Um, so when they came up and just press and they start bringing some pressure and running stunts and things with their defensive linemen, they took that quick game away and forced them to drop back, which is also again, um, it's I don't think we can do any service by just judging, our quarterback off this game. This is a tough defense. I'm not looking, try to, um, look for a reason to just, get them out of this. But those two good defenses, that week 1 and week 2, we played against some good defenses. I
Okay.
want to see what we do this week.
I
Yeah,
want to see
now
them.
some people would say hold on, let me go here. Some people claim that we're making up excuses. Hold on, let's run this. Let's run another play, and y'all can tell me what y'all see in this. Oh, I'm sorry, this thing that went backwards. Hold on. There we go. This is when you got to know when the play is over. He scrambled out of it, but that was very risky what he did on that goal line. Hold on, let me run it back because this could have been a safety on this play easily. Hold on. There we go. He out of it here. Get rid of it.
Bro, what was it down the distance? Was it first down on this? Do you know?
Let me see if I go back. It's not showing. It wouldn't have been a safety, but he would have been on the one if he had got sacked.
My thing is this: why even put him in that type of position?
Yeah,
that's my thing. And two, I agree with my big bro Hamp. DJ Moore isn't the best route runner. There are certain routes that he runs really well, but as far as a whole route runner, no. Rome, yeah, no. I think he could be, but right now he's not. I don't understand why they putting Everett in more than Cole. Like that's the guy who we should really be going to. And I think there are things that you can do with a tight end, and Ham can tell you that it's kind of like unguardable in a sense. I'm not saying that tight ends can't be guarded. They can. However, tight ends are very, very hard. Most linebackers really cannot cover a tight end. So then you put a nickel, you get them into a nickel situation. A lot of nickels can't guard tight ends either. So then that's when you really got in defense to your advantage, and you can do some more run stuff. So I don't understand why he's not doing a little bit more stuff with Cole to really, really just get him out of situations like that. Like there was a play where they were in split back and shotgun, and Cole Kmet just ran like a simple dog route. He just came out of the backfield, set it down like 5 yards right in front of his face, and he just popped him. It's like little stuff like that you can do instead of like that. That's like that was a 5 yard. I mean, that's a 5-step drop. Like, why are you doing that? Your line showing you that they can't pass protect. Why are you doing that?
Yeah. And right now, this is where they still just only rushing 4, right? When you look at this play, let's let it roll. This may be the play you're talking about. It was. Let's go.
Yeah. Is rewind it because that ain't the set. Go back. Let's see.
Right there. No, he just turned and sit down on this one.
Yeah, no, it ain't that one. They was in split back when the one I'm talking about. I don't know what quarter or half it was, but I don't know.
What y'all think about this play here? Hold on, let me go back.
Interception?
This interception. This is.
He shouldn't threw that ball. He shouldn't threw that ball. No, he shouldn't threw that ball. Absolutely not. No, you can't throw that ball.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, you can't throw that ball.
Bad play.
Yeah, you can't throw that ball. Oh, he missed a guy too. Can you rewind that?
Yep. Let's go back. Was it on the scramble?
No, it was on that play action. It was a guy right here. That guy right there. Who was that?
Let me go back further.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go back somewhere. All right, this one I think. That one. Dang it. Right here. He missed the. Go back some a little bit. Right here, pause it. Now, I don't know who that is at the top of the screen right there, But that's the guy that was coming open. And I mean, just little stuff like that.
Oh, you talking about that DJ Moore?
Yeah, right
Yeah.
there where your mouse is. It's like little. I mean, but I mean, as time go on, he'll be better. Definitely be better. But yeah, he came off of it a little bit too quick. He came off of it way too quick. This was like
This
a
was a nice
screen.
catch here. Catch and run here.
Yeah.
Great catch.
Okay, let me go past this since we got commercials on. Go back to us. Okay. So hey, in this game here, let's just pull up the stats right quick. Let me change the view. Caleb was 23 out of 37, 174 yards, 7 sacks, 2 interceptions, 62% completion in this game. One of the things I did point out, and a little video short I did, was him and CJ actually both completed 23 passes. CJ had 36 attempts, so Caleb only had one more attempt than CJ. He might have had more dropbacks because Caleb, I counted, he had about 48 dropbacks, and CJ was only sacked twice. Then another stat I came up with is through 2 games, the Bears have only ran 12 play action passes. But like you just mentioned, Cristen, they're not even biting on the play action. You know what we got here? Let's see what. You can put this on the bottom. Okay, there we go. Let me see if I can rewind and see if we missed anything. See, all these runs are out wide, you know. They all stretch plays.
It's a combination of the line and the running back. We have to do like another show for Swift because he been tweaking. I ain't gonna lie. Like it's some Hamper tell you too, like it's some stuff that he been doing like that's not, I don't know what he be on or what he's reading or where his eyes is, but he missed a couple like runs that he should have bent it back inside. So I don't know.
Man, he got hit on that play.
Yeah.
Now, what I noticed on this now is it looked like now they got a little bit few. This must be the second half. It looked like you're starting to see a little bit more guys closer to the line. You got 4. Okay. So I don't understand this play. Did just him trying to do too much?
Is that the interception? Yeah.
Yep.
Like like I said, at some point you just gotta it's okay to take a sack and it's definitely okay to throw the ball away. Like he threw that ball around Medunza, he was triple covered. There was 3 guys over there. Like, come on, man.
Oh, that interception?
Yeah, it was 3 guys over there.
Yeah, hey, let's go back to that play. This is what I noticed on that play. I think he was going to commit, but okay, it looked like it was a scramble drill, and it looked like to me that Ron drifted his man into that space when he was going to commit. Hold on, let's go back to it. Okay, hold on. That's the first interception. Okay, I think it's 2 plays after this. Okay, so Rome is here. You see? Can y'all see the arrow?
Mm-hmm.
That's Rome. He's looking at Komet because this is the man right here that's sticking Komet. See how they came off Rome? And you just see Rome in the play, or was it Rome and Komet? Hold on, I might have a reverse. Okay, I had a reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Komet, man. It was 2 people on Komet. It jumped on me. It was 2 people on Komet, and then they bailed out and went to that play. Hold on. Ain't nothing you could do there. This is risky here. You know, got your quarterback dropping that deep in the end zone. You know, I run, try to get some space. This is a good read on him.
They just playing cover 2, and they just having their corners just sit at the sticks. Like like Ham said, at that point, they knew they had us wounded. Like, I don't know. I just would have did things just a little different in this game, calling plays, to be honest with you. I wouldn't have kept him in the pocket. I would have actually moved the pocket, had him on movement, put him in a more position to protect themselves. Even though you're going to have you just running routes on one side of the field, and at some point that can get taken away from you. But, I mean, you just make an adjustment until they do, you know. But you don't just keep your rookie quarterback in the pocket like that. Not with this offensive line who showing you that they are not good in pass pro.
Yeah. Yeah. So we don't see any boot action in this game at all. All of it's just standing in the middle of the field and just throwing for the middle. Like you said, look, they just really just sitting back at the sticks like this. They just sitting back at the sticks.
They just sitting at the sticks, and like they daring him make a mistake. And he threw 2 balls that he shouldn't have. But I didn't see him like doing anything outside of that that's like concerning as far as him like not reading coverage good. Like, I can say like he understood his assignment on calling his protection. It's some up front that had the center and Nate Davis confused, because it was too many times and all they were doing running stunts. And Nate Davis would turn his back, which you never supposed to do as a lineman. He had his back turned this way, and the guy's just running a stunt coming straight up the A gap, and he was getting lit up. And I don't really know how that's. I really don't know how. I really don't know what Coleman was on, because like you set your protection, it's like 3 guys are responsible for these 3 guys, and then backside is going to be, if 2 comes, the running back knows he's supposed to release. If 1 comes, the running back going to take him. So I don't know what the heck is going on with their pass pro stuff that they got going on, but it ain't right. Yeah. So
yeah. Hey, Ham, looking at this play right here, it looked like this might have been one that the way they are sitting at the sticks, it looked like he really should have just checked down to the back, because there's so much space. Looked like that's Travis Homer coming out the backfield when you kind of look at the play. And if you look at the space, because hold on, let's run it. See, you see what I'm saying? See, he's right there. He got a lot of space if he take it to him, but I think he tries to throw to whoever that's in the middle, maybe Komet.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he did take the back. He took Komet. Ooh.
Did it? I was trying to watch it. Yeah, I was looking at that play. Just more so I was trying to remember this drive. Was this that second to last drive?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah. It's the spacing didn't look too good on that play, just in particular. I think timing is an issue, because just looking at the quarterback, he was at the top of his drop. Receivers were still getting in their routes. So it's early on. The good thing is we got a lot of football to play. And I actually believe him. It's, post interviews, a lot of people, they're just talking. Caleb, when he's up there, I actually believe him. Like, he's saying he got to get better. He talked about the 2 throws that he wish he could have back. I think he's going to learn from the things, which he said he is. We still have to, recognize some things. I know we see Homer out there. Homer plays a lot. Homer's a pretty good pass protector. That's why he plays a lot on third down, because he's able to pass block. So I think we're just trying to iron out some things, find personnel, see who can do what well. Swift, I'm still a little iffy with Swift right now. I seen a lot of teams passed on him, and I wonder, like, why do these running teams, why do they pass on Swift? And I think it's some of the things we're seeing now. Like, they run them outside a lot. We need somebody that's gonna get downhill, and I hope we can do that with Swift. But what I've been seeing just in these 2 games is they try to get them outside. So really, just I'll be watching for that the next couple of games. Just play call, like both you guys stated, like play call and different things like that. I'll be paying close attention to things like that. The type of those plays.
That's a great point. I'm thinking about what you were saying about Swift. I always, I was a former running back, so I judge running backs a lot, just like y'all do quarterbacks. And I'm looking at some of these plays when he's running. He's not getting his hips squared to the line fast enough. And for me, when I was coaching running backs, that's one of the things I'm like, get your hips squared up to the line as fast as possible, because that's when you realize if you're running sideways or are you going forward. Like my coach would always say, he was like, oh, them yards going sideways don't count. You'd have felt like you'd have ran 10 yards, but you'd have ran really 2 yards as far as lateral yards. I mean, forward yards, because you're running lateral.
Yeah.
But hey, we down to the end of these. Let these last few plays roll. See if y'all see anything. He got hit on this play.
You have to share it.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad. I'm thinking. I thought I had it on screen. I'm gonna go back. Where we at? Right there.
He rushed that one. He had 2. I mean, he had a good pocket on this one. Is that the one where he missed the one to DJ? DJ was running that flag route, that corner route.
He missed DJ. DJ was a little upset.
It looked like bro was throwing like he was running like a corner in, and DJ ran it like he was running a corner. That's what I took from it, because that ball was way short. Like, that's open in the NFL. So that's how I looked at it. Or he rushed it. It's one of the 2. It's something, because he had a good pocket on that throw. Is it? No, that ain't it.
I think it's right after this play.
Okay.
See, yeah. Okay, yeah. So this is what I'm thinking he's saying. Y'all know better than me. I'm thinking when he's looking at this, the way this D-back is playing him, he thinking DJ has got to the sticks, and he's gonna break that route down and curl over.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Like run out of bounds, but he kept taking the route further.
Yeah, like a comeback.
Yeah, like a comeback. But he kind of rounded that route out versus flattened it, and see, because is that this one? Okay, he got sacked on this one. You can't have that. Just to play. No, it's another one. Okay. Somehow missed that. Hold on to go back. That was it. Okay, there it is right there. I think this is it.
Yeah, he had time. He had good time. That was a clean pocket. He just, I
Looked like a
don't
mixed
know.
communication on it. It looked like they
Yeah.
just wasn't on the same page.
Yeah, like I said, he threw it like it was either, well, not a corner in, but more of a deep comeback. That's how he threw it because he was a couple of yards short, and DJ kept taking the route up. So DJ may thought like he was gonna hit him on the corner. That's why he was frustrated. I mean, I don't know. Maybe DJ felt like he had his guy beat.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
that was a bad series too, right? You're in a 2-minute drill. You get sacked, you get pressure, then you get a clean sack after that, right? And
But
you're
you
like,
know, I'm gonna be honest with you. When we in school, like when we in high school, we did a lot of jamborees, and you know what I'm saying. And you get reps, and when you go to college, you get a lot of reps. And the pros, they don't play preseason, and when they do that team stuff, I mean, that's scripted. So stuff like that gonna happen because they don't play, and he a rookie too. That's why I mean. So DJ is a pro, a vet. He thinking like, yo, you should know this automatically, and he don't. So I mean, that's what happened when you don't play in preseason. To be honest with you.
yeah, because they didn't play in the Hall of Fame game against the Texans. They didn't play any of their starters. I think they only played maybe 3 series in the second game, and then the third game, the offense was out of rhythm because the Bears played 4 games, and so they ended up staying in there. They had a couple 3 and outs, and then they played 3 more series before they kind of got a rhythm. And then the fourth game, everybody sat it out.
It's a weird thing to explain, but like Hemp, I would like for you to expound more on this. But like as a quarterback, like when you play with your skill guys long enough, you know their body language and how they run certain routes. So like when they about to do something like break it in or they gonna carry a route a little deeper. So you'll know like, hey, maybe I need to take maybe 5 and 1 hitch or 5 and 2 hitches. Shoot, even like step into the 6, I'm a step to the 6 and take my drop. I'm a step to the 5 because I know how you're gonna run this. Ham, can you expound on that more? Because I know you know what I'm talking about. Because I've seen you do it so many times. Like your relationship when we was in school with like D Wade and uh what's his name? Neil and them, like how you would like y'all relationship, how you was when you was a senior.
Yeah, I think you was right on, Christian. Just timing, like you gotta play football. The more reps you get, those things will come. And I know Caleb played a lot of football. We ain't talk about the Mitch era when Mitch only played like 5 college games. Caleb played a lot. Mitch has played a lot of football, but Christian, you was right on. It takes time. Those preseason games they're important, but I also understand the importance of giving other guys reps who are trying to make the team and keeping guys healthy. So I see that side as well, but yeah, just like that time and that footwork, all that stuff it takes time. And I don't believe that they have the time. And I said that. Keenan Allen dropped a touchdown pass, and I just think the timing is all off.
Yeah. I had another stat. Hey, thank everybody who tuned in tonight. Hey, this is the 2-minute drill. This is a segment of Bears Banner where we just talk about quarterback performance. Hey, sweetie, how you doing? Hey, Reggie Hammond, thanks for tuning in. We saw your comments. What's up, bro? Well, we just talk about quarterback performance and some of the offense. I had a stat here where the Bears was, I believe, this place where I got it at. I think it was 20. I can't find it. But anyway, they was
when
somewhere.
he was against man and zone.
No, just passes over 9 yards. They only have completed 20% of their passes over 9 yards in the last 2 games. So it seemed like the further they're getting from the line, they're having a little time completing. But I definitely believe once they make that connection, right, it's gonna be that kind of like that monkey off your shoulder, right? Because I know they pressing and everybody want to make that play. And when they get that first touchdown, right, it's gonna be relief for everybody. And just tell the fans, relax, right? Relax.
Yeah.
Yeah. Game speed is totally different than practice. That's all I can say. I can't explain it. All I can say is game speed is totally different than practice.
Mm-hmm.
Practicing with certain quarterbacks and how they spin the ball is totally different. Like, there's difference. Like you got Kyle who can throw the ball, and then I'm talking about it's a tight spiral, like tight. And then you got like guys who throw the ball like Peyton Manning, who he ain't never threw a spiral. Like bro was out there throwing ducks, but it was acting like he put the ball where he needed it to. But he wasn't throwing those spirals like at all. So it's just different. Like left-handed and right-handed is different. Like the ball spin different from a left-handed and a right-hander. So like it take time. Like Ham said, like Keenan Allen, like he ain't played none preseason with bro. Like I said, those practices that they be having, like those joint practices they be having with other teams, those are scripted. The coach gonna come to you and say, "Look, we need this blitz package. We need this. We need this coverage. We need that." Because coaches are doing it for themselves too. Because Kemp and we do it. Like I go to practice and I say, "I need this look and that look for me sometimes, so I can see for me like, is this gonna work?" It ain't so much just for the players; it's for the coaches too. So like when you get to the first game of the season. And he playing against the Titans, and he missed that fade ball to Rome. Yeah, he gonna miss it because he ain't threw that in live action. Yeah, he gonna miss it. You ain't seen Buddy run full speed like that until that game. You like, dang, I ain't know he was like that. Now you up there airmailing it, or you ain't put no touch on it. It's totally different. Yeah, so like that's why I don't like when he should have played that. I mean, I understand you don't want to get him injured, but shoot, injuries happen. But in my eyes, like, yeah, you should have played him like at least a quarter in that Hall of Fame game. Cause he talking about practice is easier than the games. Yeah, okay. I bet you he ain't saying that now. I bet you he ain't saying that now.
Hey, we done heard rookie quarterbacks say all kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
We had a rookie quarterback a few years ago saying, "Oh man, I didn't see no difference in the speed of the game until they got in their first real game."
Yeah, I bet you ain't saying that now. When you looking up and you got them two ends coming off Hunter and Anderson in your face, I guarantee you ain't saying it now. Because you ain't see that in college, my friend. No. And the only team you going to see that in college is Georgia and Alabama. Them the only two teams you going to see that at. Ain't no other school built like that. So.
Yeah, I want to agree. I think somebody just commented. It showed. He said the defense is playing great. He think the offense will be good by week 4. Yeah, I agree with that. Offense takes time. It takes time that stuff to click. Defense is, I defensive guys, they always we give this push back, but defense is easy. It's easier.
It really is. Preach,
to
bro.
play
Preach.
with 11 guys on defense than it is for 11 guys to come together on offense and do just one common goal. If one thing go wrong offensively with one guy, the entire play is messed up. Defense, they can get out there, fly around everybody to the ball, and they're all right. But offense does take some time. So I agree with this says R. Hammond. Yeah, I agree 100% with that.
Yeah, your defense your DBs can be hot garbage. But if you got a nice front seven, you straight. You can't do that in all offense. Like your line and your quarterback got to be pretty much in sync for it to really function. Like you can get away with like wide receivers that ain't that good, but shoot, if your offensive line and your quarterback don't know what he's doing, good night. You're gonna have a long season. For real, for real.
Yeah, we're gonna close in a minute. Hey, I just want to share Chris Foster's thing, comments. You know, I ain't gonna go over all of it. But he said no excuses, no touchdowns in preseason, 0 in real games. What other stuff that's really kind of here or there. No excuses. Phil got no excuses. You know, that this is one of the things that when we kind of like probably don't have patience, and then we comparing 2 games to 30 to 40 games. There's a big difference. At a certain point in QB's development, you expect certain things to happen that you don't expect in a guy to do in his first 2 or 3 games. It's y'all know, hey, guy get to 10 games, you see some stuff, you should see some development, you should see some progress. He go into year 2, you should see some development and some progress. Year 3, you can't compare that to a guy that just played 2 games. It's just like our first or second day at work. It doesn't matter if you have a background in that field. I'm just not going to start a new job and walk in day 1 and just, I don't even know where the bathroom at. You know, it's going to take a while. I got to know what stuff at, get to know the people, right? And think about it also. I'm just trying to put it in a real life situation. You come into an environment where if you replace somebody, let's say people like them at that job, new upper management come. There's resentment sometimes that you came there. They don't know if their jobs are safe. I like the other guy better, right? You have to win them over. They have to feel comfortable that you are the guy. This is normal life stuff. It's not just football. People may just kind of resent that you're there. So you have to develop that relationship, develop that trust with them. And it's the same thing that happened in sports. I mean, all of us played on whatever level. We had teammates, man, that when we moved up moved to the varsity, man, and we compete maybe with that senior, man, some people was like, man, when you start pressing that senior, man, dude, we all was offensive guys. Man, all of a sudden you see a dude that's hitting you a little bit harder. He trying to shove you out there drill, right? Because his boy felt like he about to get beat out. You pushing him. Hey, that just all in the sport, but I mean, that's all I had to say about that part,
To add to that, none of us gave excuses. We all said he played bad. It was a bad game. So I get what he's saying. As far as me, I'm saying like, yeah, he had a bad game. He missed some throws, but also I'm gonna give credit to the things that he did do well in. And for me, in my perspective, and what I like to see is, I think quarterback should call his own protections. That's just my opinion, because then at that point, you know where to go with the ball. I hate for centers to call protections. Reason why I'm gonna say this and I'm done, because at some point his head goes down. So here you get to see everything. You got you got front vision of where this guy's moving to. Safety's roll. So safety's roll, Mike's roll. Not Mike's, but linebackers roll. You get to see at the minute like, oh, it changed. We're gonna go this person is the Mike. So when a quarterback is able to know how to identify Mike and set his own protection, then I'm like, okay, yeah, you know what you're doing. So that's for me.
Okay. Hey, I appreciate both y'all comment on tonight. For those who just tuned in, I know we're on the Bears Banner platform. The Bears Banner will be on tomorrow with the pregame show. But what we've added, this is going into our second season of the 2-minute drill, where we just specifically talk about the quarterback performance. Man, I learned a whole lot listening to both of y'all tonight. So, hey, if you ain't got nothing else to say tonight, man, we look forward to Sunday game. And to those who want to watch Bears Banner, we'll be on tomorrow at 7:30. Until then, peace.